Are we ready? Hello. Welcome to the Social Exchange Drams from Afar, second edition from myself. What we're going to be talking about today is a little varied. We're going to be making a cocktail. We're going to be talking about Knob Creek. And we're going to be throwing out a few shout outs to some people who are doing an amazing job during this really, really difficult time. I hope everyone's keeping safe and well. Do remember, guys, this is a live feed. I have a new assistant today. He's actually my brand new husband of 4 days. So if you have any questions, shoot them out, and mods can read them out to me from over that side. So, first up, I just wanted to name a few people who are doing just such a phenomenal job. Among these are our mates out at Lot 100 who have put together some really cool grocery boxes. Oh, sounds like we've got some feedback there. We need to press function. There we go. Okay, I think he's got it. No, maybe not. Give me 1 second there. I'll just do this. There we go. All fixed. Minor hiccup there. I forgot to mute my computer. Okay, so yes, that's what I was saying. Our mates out at Lot 100 who are doing a phenomenal job in putting together some grocery boxes. And this is all about supporting local. So if you want to head on out to Lot 100, place your order first. In particular, they've got a groceries fruit and veg box for I think it's $60, which is all fresh and local fruit and veg, which is a really good option for people who really do want to support local and want to avoid those supermarket queues. And they also have like a make your own pizza at home box, which contains fresh dough and all the toppings that you need. So that's another option. Perhaps if you're stuck at home, you've got a few people and you want to have a make your own pizza party, there's an option for you. So definitely jump onto Lot 100's website if that's something you're interested in. I also wanted to shout out to Shabosho. The crew over there are doing an amazing job in getting through these really tough times. They've paired up with both West Care, which is a charity organisation, and they're now helping to provide lunch for the homeless, which is around 200 people a day they're cooking for, using their own kitchens. So that's an amazing initiative. They're also helping in providing really high quality meals for healthcare workers who might be a little time poor and not able to get to the supermarkets or want to avoid the supermarkets. So they're getting food delivered to them, and that's both eat on the job cafeteria, or food that they can take home and reheat, like dumplings and stuff like that. So that's super cool. I also wanted to let everyone in South Australia know that, and other people as well obviously, but everyone in South Australia, that there's this new website being set up by a mate of ours, Jason Thomas, which is collating all these individual businesses who haven't necessarily delivered before and don't want to go through Uber Eats. That's called ourlocalfeed.com.au, and if you're a South Australian business and you're interested in jumping on board, just have a look at that website, and there's easy options for how to join, how to put your business on that website. At the moment, Wing It's on there, and a couple of restaurants from the Big Easy group. So yeah, that's a couple of people. I know that everybody's trying to do such a good job and trying to stay afloat, but there's a pretty easy solution if you are a small business and want to get your name out there, want an easy platform for people to be able to order delivery from you. Jump on, check it out. That's ourlocalfeed.com.au. Okay, cocktail time. Now, what I'm going to make for you today is a mint julep. This is one of my favourite drinks, and in keeping with the drink that I made last week, the old fashioned, I'm trying to come up with these drinks that are super easy for you to make at home, that you don't need to actually go out and buy heaps of different ingredients. We'll keep that little bit there, that's a pretty one. This drink has only 3 ingredients. It has mint, it has sugar syrup, and it has, of course, bourbon. Now, I also chose this drink because I think it's kind of therapeutic. There's a lot of banging and smashing and clapping involved in it. First of all, we need to clap some mint, okay? So I've just got a few mint leaves there, and I'm just gonna smack that hard, right? And then rip it and drop it in the glass. Then I am going to get my sugar syrup in a Bamore jug there. I'm branded all over the place at the moment, but this is what I had at home. I've got my little Maker's Mark Julep cup there. Now I'm just putting 5 mils of my sugar syrup in there. If you want to make sugar syrup at home, it's super easy. You just boil the kettle and you add boiling water to an equal amount of sugar. So literally just get a glass, half fill it with sugar, top it up with boiling water and stir it until it's dissolved, and that's your sugar syrup. So I've just put 5 mils or 1 bar spoon's worth in there. And then I'm going to add 60 mils of Knob Creek small batch bourbon. Okay, so again, for those playing at home, if you're not from the hospitality industry, this is a jigger. You can buy them at Dan Murphy's. The big side is 30 mils, the small side is 15 mils. So for this recipe, 2 of the big side. So it's a pretty full-on drink, this. Now, I'm just going to pop that back in there so it doesn't blow away. And I am going to break down the ice. Now this is what I was talking about when I said some banging and smashing. This is not an ice scoop, but I figured it's a julep strainer. We are making a julep, so I'm just going to crush a whole heap of ice. This is just a calico bag, a Canadian Club calico bag, designed exactly for this purpose. But if you don't have one and you don't have access to crushed ice, just wrap some ice in a tea towel and get a rolling pin or a little muddler like I have here and go nuts. Release some of that frustration. Go, that should be enough. Yep, should be enough. Okie doke. So now all I have to do is pop this ice into my julep cup. If you don't have a julep cup, never fear. Any glass will do. This is a traditional style of serving it, as served at the Kentucky Derby. This drink is particularly famous for being used at the Kentucky Derby. Every year they make around 120,000 of these at the Kentucky Derby. So I'm just giving this a really gentle stir. I'm making a little bit of a mess here, but that's okay, we're outside again. Okay, so I'm just trying to get a little bit of dilution here. Okay, that's right. I'm just trying to drag those mint leaves up and see how my glass is frosting up. Right, that's what you're after. Joke. And then we continue to top it up. Just make a nice little crown on top there. There we go. Grab our little garnish bit. Oh, it's blown away. There it is. Okay, and again, we just give it a little bit of a smack just to release some of those oils. Now we stick it in, make it look pretty. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. Now you can just drink this straight out of the little tin here. This is a little collapsible straw that I have. Yeah, it's totally delicious. So that's super, super easy to do. Yeah, literally some mint, some sugar syrup, put a little more in if you like it a little sweeter, 2 shots of bourbon, top it up with crushed ice and garnish it with a pretty mint leaf. And if you have mint at your house, then you don't even have to leave the house to find the ingredients. Cool. So that is my isolation cocktail for the evening. Now we will move on to our hero bourbon. So the Knob Creek bourbon is a part of the Jim Beam Small Batch collection, which was launched in 1992. Basically what had happened was in the 80s, there was a lot of talk about the world's best cognac and the world's best scotch, etc., and nobody was paying any attention to bourbon. Okay, and Booker Noe, who at the time was the master distiller of Jim Beam, decided that he was going to rectify this. So he went out to the rack house and he ran around and he tasted all of these barrels of bourbon until he found the one that he thought best epitomised what a bourbon should taste like. Okay, and then he did nothing but filter that barrel through just mesh, just to get rid of the bits of charcoal, and then he put it into 100 bottles and sent it out to his friends and family. It was massive. The world just exploded, the whiskey world, that is. And so he repeated the exercise the next year. By 1992, he had released the Small Batch collection. This very first one that he released was Booker's, okay? And that you can see not in too many bottle shops these days. We're trying to get more of it, but parts of the Small Batch collection are also Baker's, Knob Creek and Basil Hayden's, you may be familiar with. So Knob Creek is named after a small creek that ran through Abraham Lincoln's childhood home, and just runs south of the distillery as well. It's actually, if you have a look at the bottle carefully, then it's an upside down newspaper. So it's supposed to be reminiscent of bootleggers, okay? And having a flat style bottle that you can easily conceal and wrapping that in newspaper in order to hide it from the feds, basically. So we've got our Knob Creek Small Batch here. It's aged for 9 years, and it's bottled at 50% ABV or 100 proof. And because it's spent 9 years in barrels, then it's got heaps of that vanilla come through from the American oak. Okay, I'll just have a little sip. Just a little sip. It's delicious. It's got all of that dark sweetness that you would expect. It's got a nice hit because it's 50%, and that's actually why I chose it for the Julep. You want something with a bit of body to it, a bit of guts to it, because you are going to dilute it a fair bit with ice. I'm drinking it out of my little Lefroy glass here, which, yeah, again, is a different brand. We've got brands all over the place. Canadian Club Muddlers, Maker's Mark, Bamore. This is Knob Creek and this is Lefroy. Ah, well, that's what you get, isn't it? Have there been any questions?
Get that ISO your money from Pat Pamela.
Pat, you've seen me do that a million times.
And Danielle asked about the wind.
Oh, yeah, sorry about the wind. It just struck up. I hope that everybody can hear me okay. And on that note, we might cheers and hashtag drink responsibly. Please join in every other night at 5:30 Adelaide time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to see all of my colleagues and what they're discussing. They're some really cool guys. They're really getting behind everything, and we're all having a lot of fun doing it. Hope you're all staying safe. Here's to you and yours. Cheers.